Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, and today we are reviewing a brand new bottle called Calumet Farms 16-year-old. Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, and today we're reviewing a brand new bottle that some people are calling spectacular, while other people are calling it not spectacular. But whatever they say doesn't matter, because today I'll be the judge of that. Because when it comes to our palate, it's only our judgment that matters, you know what I mean? Today we're reviewing Calumet Farm 16. Calumet Farm 16 is a 106 proof straight bourbon whiskey from Kentucky. It has a batch size of 19 barrels and carries an age statement of 16 years old. Last year was Whirl Away. This year, Calumet Farm is bragging up their new horse, Citation. It says non-chill filtered for added depth of character, so you know that they are super serious about adding depth and character. This horse, Citation, I've heard of before, unless of course that was just a ticket I got back in 2004. Jockey, Eddie Arcaro, sounds like a pretty small man. 16 race win streak, first to $1 million. Horse of the year in 1948? Maybe I heard of a different Citation. Champion 2-year-old and 47. Trainer Ben A. Jones. America. After a stunning 2-year-old season in 1947, funnel trainer? Famed trainer Ben Jones knew that their horse was set to have a breakout 3-year-old season. In 1948, Citation furthered his campaign toward becoming a legend. He began the season with a handful of wins. Then, Eddie Arcaro was tapped to jockey Citation. The first race pairing the two was a disappointing loss at the Chesapeake Trail Stakes. That's sad. This would be the last race that Citation would lose for nearly 2 years. Less sad. That's actually way less sad. Citation would go on to capture the 1948 Triple Crown and be named Horse of the Year. By the end of his 3-year-old season, he had a total record of 27 victories and 2 second-place finishes out of 29 starts. Citation would go on winning and be the first major North American horse to amass a 16-race win streak and to top $1 million in career earnings. Wonder what that horse did with that money. Probably bought himself a nice pair of sunglasses, some delicious peanut butter to chew on. I don't know. What the hell do horses do with millions of dollars? To honor the legacy of Calumet Farm and its second Triple Crown winning horse, this exquisite bourbon has been crafted with the same passion and dedication that led Citation to victory. www.calumetbourbon.com. According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects. Consumption of alcoholic beverages impairs your ability to drive cars and heavy machinery, causing health problems. Okie. This, of course, has been rumored to be sourced from Barton, and I believe that rumor has all but been, verified. Nailed it. Friggin' verified. So Western Spirits, the maker of Calumet Farm and Sam Houston Bourbon, is added again with this 16-year-old Calumet Farm. Fair warning, last year's Sam Houston 15, which is like a stepbrother to Calumet Farm, was my whiskey of the year. So let's see how 16-year Calumet stacks up. How does 16-year-old Calumet compare to the rest of the top bourbons I've tasted this year? Let's go in for a nose. Good nut butter. Wow. That is super sweet, delicious oak, and that is right up my alley. Oh yes. Blessed be thy name. Blessed be thy name. That smells so good. A little citrus, strong vanilla, a sweet, lovely oak. There's a little bit of floral on there. I can't pinpoint the exact floral note I'm getting, but there's a tinge of florality. Yeah. Yes, this aged bourbon smells so good. A little bit of Kit Kat bar. Give me a break, break me off a piece of that Calumet Farm. 16-year-old Calumet Farm down the hatch. That's wonderful. That is so good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And all God's children singing glory, glory. Hallelujah. He reigns, he reigns, he reigns, he reigns, he reigns. That is so good. Proof point is right on point. Viscosity, just lovely. It's sweet, it's oily. It does stick to the palate in the best of ways. I must say this past week of bourbon sipping has been good for me. This is a really delightful pour. A really delightful pour. Some people say that bourbon ages out at about 12 years. That's when it's at its peak. I disagree. I'm a disagreeer on that subject. I love me so much these aged bourbons. 14, 15, 16. And if they're done right, even higher ages, I'm a sucker for sweet oak. I'm a sucker for oak and I can't help it. That's how we know if our palates align. I like aged bourbon. I like dark bourbon. I like deep, dark flavors. I'm not a huge fan of young brightness on bourbon. I like the flavors that come with that extra age in oak. A little bit of Trinary toast on there. A little bit of Trinary toast. Shout out to Elger County and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Definite Trinary toast on that. Just a lovely pour. Just a lovely pour. The proof point isn't going to blow you away, but it's stiff enough to let you know that it's there and it means business. And I like that. I like a bourbon that means business. The finish is lingering and great. Still there. That sweet, oaky bourbon on the finish is just lingering. It's just hanging around, like that smell on laundry that you left in the washing machine for too long. It's just there and it's like not going away. But in a better way than that. I can see how some people are going to love this and some people won't. It all depends on how you feel about oak. It's a sweet oak, but there's a tad bit of bitterness, a tad bit of bitter oak in there. It's not protruding through too hard, but it's there just a tiny little bit. And that tiny little bit of bitterness is what's going to separate this whiskey from being excellent to being some of the best I've ever tasted. It is phenomenal. It is so good. I love it so bad. And it is going to be a contender for Bourbon of the Year for me. Absolutely. Calumet Farm 16 receives a score from me tonight of 8.8. 8.8. Calumet Farm 16. It's phenomenal. So stinking good. I love it. I love it. Super happy that it stood up to my expectations. I was hoping that the 16-year Calumet would just improve upon the past releases, the 14 and 15-year. And guess what? It totally did. Totally did. So if you're out there and you love a nice, sweet, oaky bourbon and you're not afraid to spend $150, get one of these because guess what? Not a lot of 16-year-old products on the shelf, but absolutely love it. I do love it so much. I think that there is a blind flight that needs to happen between Calumet 16, Sam Houston 15, Knob Creek 15. Those all have to get thrown in a blind flight, and guess what? I'm totally gonna do it. Just not tonight. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey, and like I always say, keep your head in the clouds but your mind on shooting videos in your garage during the day when there's all sorts of distractions. Screaming kids, angry wives, loud traffic, barking dogs, stomach gurgling, air conditioning turning on and turning off, and just everything else you can imagine. Flushing toilets. That's why I typically shoot at night, after everybody's in bed, because it's just quieter and easier. But guess what? Sometimes I don't have that super sweet, awesome option of just filming in the middle of the night. Today I'm filming at 4:30 in the afternoon, and that's just what you gotta do to make it here on WhiskeyTube. Oh man, how bad I suffer for you. How bad I suffer. What a job. What a job this is. So difficult. Hope each and every one of you are having a great summer, and I hope you had an awesome 4th of July. Hopefully all the fireworks were wonderful and the parades were great. Hopefully you celebrated your Independence Day in style and you got a sick-ass sunburn. I got one. My whole back's red. So red. Very slappable. It's a slappable back.